Fellas, AC here, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to talk about a fragrance which is very special. Not only because of how nice it smells, also because of the characteristics of the fragrance, the kind of genre the fragrance represents. It's quite a unique fragrance. It is called Pasha de Cartier. Now I've reviewed Pasha de Cartier Eau de Parfum and Edition Noir. Or it's not Eau de Parfum, it's actually Parfum. Pasha Cartier Parfum. I've reviewed it way back in 2020 and Edition Noir next year. They're all different fragrances. They only share the bottle. Although Parfum, represents what this started. Before I start to review this fragrance, let's get you into the mood. Because this is a Fougere, and whenever people say Fougere barbershop fragrances, automatic assumption amongst people is that it's going to be dated because it's lavender, oak moss, this, that and the other. It's daddy scent, uncle scent, grandfather scent. So first, let's get you into the mood. This was released in 1992. Parfumer is Jacques Cavalier. He's a very accomplished maestro of a perfumer, and he's displayed it in oodles here. And 1992, to get into the mood of 1992, you can pause this and watch your favorite track, favorite song from 1992. Mine is here, and it's one of the most special movies also, and that movie was amazing. And I'm just putting it out there so that it gets you into that mood of 1992, right? So this is when this was released. So 1992 was a time when there was a transition. Yeah? Aqua di Gio had been released, I believe, in 1990-ish. 1988, there was Cool Water. So there was already a transition from heavy, dark, oak moss-based fragrances to lighter, aquatic fragrances, which had fruity accords, which had airy feel to it. It was modern. It was something different from the 70s and 80s. The 70s definitely were birch, lavender, oak moss, tonka, proper fougere. Still amazing. I mean, some of the fragrances are absolutely amazing, but there was a movement happening. There was an undercurrent. And this fragrance came at the cusp of moving from a very strong barbershop towards something more modern. And that's why Jacques Cavalier is a genius. He created a fragrance which, in my opinion, is timeless, right? So how does this fragrance start? I've already got a Drydown, so I'm going to do a fresh spray. I'm going to start with how actually it smells and why is this such a special fragrance. Wow, I sprayed 3 knowingly because I want that opening to really come out. I normally spray just 1, but this one is terrific. So when you first spray this, it smells of this dated lavender style, right? Something that people associate with the 70s, 80s Fougere, but it changes very quickly. It has mint and lavender. That's it, it's changing now. Mixed with fruits. Right, and this is where it's compared to many of the fragrances I'll mention. It's wonderful sour orange, which is sprightly, with very dry coriander, spicy bite, and caraway. So slight body odor sort of smell. I don't get the body odor, but I get the spicy bite to it that you have in orange and caraway, which was used in Cartier's Declaration, same house, different fragrance, which is enormously successful. And this is the opening. Its opening is sour, minty, herbal, fresh, lavender, oak moss, which is the old bit, the traditional Fougere bit, and fruit, sprightly orange with some spices, caraway, dry coriander. The fragrance maintains this for about 15 minutes or so. In the heart, you get, along with the caraway and the coriander, you get a little hint of woody darkness, strength to it, and that's Brazilian rosewood, which has a smell of lavender as well. Lavender fades back, oak moss fades back, And when the fragrance goes into dry down, which is about 2 hours on my wrist, the fragrance becomes an oriental almost from Fougere. It has this amazing warmth of amber, very creamy sandalwood, and almost in the background is this caraway, coriander, dry, spicy smell. Orange is still there. You know, orange is still making its presence felt. It's still sour, it's creamy, it's fruity orange. This is fantastic, and herbal lavender. Little hazy, sort of rough around the edges, but that beautiful sandalwood is making this fragrance almost an oriental, warm, woody. There's so many aspects, you know, the fruity aspect, the spicy aspect, the oriental sort of smooth, warm, creamy sandalwood. This is such an interesting fragrance. Loved it. So this is how the scent develops. It's very, very unique, very different. But there are two fragrances which this is compared to. One is Ralph Lauren's Safari, which I do not have. But I've smelt it. I really enjoy Safari. I think it's a bit different than this. And the other one is Jazz. Jazz Prestige came out 1 year after this, 1993. It uses apple and it's stronger. I think Jazz is a good fragrance as well, but this is unique because of its use of orange and caraway and creamy sandalwood. It's a bit different than Jazz, but it's compared to those two fragrances, so I had to mention them. And the third one, which I think it is more closer to, is this. This is Fougere Royale, and this fragrance is closer to Fougere Royale. It has this sophisticated, airy woodiness. It smells much more expensive than the other two that I mentioned. It is more stylish, it is more timeless. It's not dated at all. Initially it is, but don't judge it by the cover. Let it sit on your skin for a while and it just is amazing. So upsides and downsides. Obviously this is a very creative scent and people are gonna... It takes time to get used to this fragrance. It's creative, it is evocative, it'll evoke memories and sort of responses. It has creativity. It's the biggest asset of this fragrance is it is creative. And the second thing is, this to me is a timeless fragrance. This will not become old. This cannot become old. It has got so many facets that make it interesting. And the third one is you can dress this up and dress this down. It's very versatile. You can go to an interview wearing this on a sunny spring's day or a sunny autumn's day. You can go for a first date. If you're a slightly mature person, 45 plus, you can wear this. It has the smell of a success and wealth. That's what I would say. It has the smell of success and wealth. That's why I think it is so special and it will never go out of fashion. Also, the use of different notes in such a scintillating manner make it one of the most amazing fragrances. The last one, in my view, is the price point. You know, this is a fragrance which smells so good and it costs so little. If you look at the right places, during COVID I got this and I got it for £40 for 100 ml, 40, which is amazing price point. Even it's Cartier. Cartier fragrances are not that cheap. So even if you get it for £80, this is worth it. Right? So value for money is tremendous with this fragrance. And people don't look at these fragrances anymore. They just ignore them. So this is a good place to start. Now, downsides. Obviously, it's got lavender oak moss, right? The moment you put lavender oak moss into the equation with tonka, it becomes a fougere. It's got that fougere structure. So some people are going to run away from it. And you might get a compliment or a comment which says, oh, you smell a little bit like my uncle used to. Underhanded compliment. So, yeah. Excuse me. So there's a chance you might not get favorable comments because of lavender and oak moss. The other downside, if you really like this fragrance, it has got performance issues. It doesn't fly off your skin. It's not a performance issue. It is an issue with some people. For me, it's not a problem. This is a very elegant fragrance. So I don't want an elegant fragrance to scream from a megaphone. But for some people, this will be an issue. It has a very reserved kind of a scent bubble. The best way to test this fragrance, just digressing, spray it on your shirt, couple here, and just go for a walk. See the scent bubble it creates. It is absolutely amazing. It smells so natural, so wonderfully composed. It is a really very good fragrance, but downside is it doesn't have that kind of projection that some people might desire. It doesn't fill the room. Okay, it is a very reserved fragrance, half an arm's length of scent bubble. That's all you're going to get. Longevity 5 to 6 hours. Sillage, as I said, if you go out, you will smell it. It has a fantastic trail kind of a quality. It sizzles on your skin. It's a shimmering fragrance, very natural smelling. Age groups 40 plus, 45 plus. Or if you like old-fashioned fragrances, which are still coming back into the scene big time. So, you know, I have to name Beau de Jour, which is very much an old-fashioned lavender-based barbershop fragrance. They're all coming back now. So if you have that kind of a taste, definitely. Compliment factor depends on who smells you, but you will definitely leave an impression. You have style, is what people will think of you if you wear it right. You have to dress it up a bit. Occasions, I would say daytime. This is the kind of fragrance which smells beautiful on a sparkling, shimmery, sunny spring's day, or an evening, even warm evening. You know, autumn days. Doesn't work in summer, doesn't work very well in winter, but you can still wear it because of the creamy, ambery warmth in winter. Yeah, on a sunny winter's day when it's not warm but sunny. It's beautiful, man. This fragrance is amazing. I really like the smell. Compliment factor, I've covered seasons, I've covered spring, autumn, sometimes sunny winter days. Summer, not so sure. I've not tried it. I wouldn't recommend it. I've covered all aspects. Marks out of 10. Listen, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I like this kind of fragrance. This is creative. This is really, really sharp, well-dressed man's fragrance. 8 out of 10. I'm hoping you enjoyed the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.